having a desire to depart and be with Christ, which is far better. Nevertheless, to remain in the flesh is more needful for you. Paul was uncertain in his circumstances whether he was going to live or to die. And he opened his heart to the Philippian believers, sharing a dilemma of faith. I'm hard pressed between the two, he said. On the one hand, he wanted to continue his work, strengthening the churches. And on the other hand, I am sure he felt weary from all of the hardship, and he longed for the day that he could rest and then be with Christ. Paul's words to depart and be with Christ are so misunderstood and misused by many. They assume that he meant the moment he died, that he would go be in the presence of Christ in heaven. Let me tell you something. That is totally inconsistent with everything else that Paul wrote about death. And it is inconsistent with the Bible's writings and description, the teaching on death. So let's see if we can understand it a little more completely. The Bible is clear that death is not an immediate entrance to heaven. Rather, it's a peaceful, unconscious sleep until the resurrection. In Ecclesiastes 9:5, it says, the living know that they will die, but the dead know what? Nothing. And John 11:11, Jesus said, our friend Lazarus sleeps. Get that? He sleeps. But I go that I may wake him up. And when they say, oh, but it's better for him to sleep and get well. Verse 13, John 11:13, clearly states, Jesus spoke of his death, of Lazarus' death. So when Jesus arrived at Bethany 4 days later, if in fact, when we die, we went immediately to heaven, that meant that Lazarus was up there in glory for 4 days. Let me ask you, how inviting would that be to be called back to earth, this sinful, suffering world? Jesus described death as a sleep because that is exactly what it is, an